welcome. We are glad to have you here to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. My name is Fadiala Bove, and I am the program coordinator for RCS. We are pleased to be able to welcome Senator Lydia Edwards, State Representative Jessica Giannino, State Representative Jeffrey Turco, Jackie from the Mayor's Office, City Councilor at Large, Steve Marabu, Dan Rizzo, City Councilor, School Committee Stacy Rizzo, members Carol Ty, Mr. Ferranti, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Kelly, Assistant Superintendent of Inclusion Dr. Garcia, our partners, invited guests, our former and currently students, and time families, and everyone who joins us today. Welcome. First, we would like to welcome Superintendent Dr. Diane Kelly.
Thank you so much. I have to begin by giving a huge thank you to Fatou, who, without her, I don't know where this program would be. She was a visionary 10 years ago when she designed the program of the community school and really worked with us in the school department and with the city side to determine what are the services and the programs that were missing and that would help families. And of course, selfishly, I love everything that helps families because that helps kids. And our goal is about helping kids and making sure kids have what they need. And when parents and caregivers have what they need, they're better able to help their kids and engage with the school. And having the community school located here at Revere High School has brought parents into the building and enabled us to build a more functioning parent-teacher organization, engage in student activities like the art show that we had last night. It's just been an incredibly rewarding program. And the services that they have offered, not only the services to parents who are trying to learn English, but also to our teachers who are trying to learn Spanish. And also tax preparation services and GED services for some of our high school students who the traditional high school doesn't work for. They've just been an incredible partner, and we're very thankful. We're thankful to everybody who came out tonight to celebrate this amazing program, and I am personally very thankful for Fatou and her leadership and the rest of the team. I don't want to forget about the rest of the team, but thank you so much, Fatou, for everything that you've done. Your work, although it is geared towards adults, does more to serve children in this community than probably any other program. So thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we would like to welcome Fatou Drammeh.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Fatou Drammeh. I am the manager of the Revere Community School. Before I say anything, I just wanted to first of all thank our planning committee, our program coordinator Fadiala, Ada Guzman, June Zen, Barbara Sargent, and all of the amazing staff that helped put this thing together. So this is the first time that I have been able to relax without worrying that I have to do everything. So I have a team now that is basically backing me up and helping me to do the work that needs to be done. So tonight, I am tasked with the responsibility of sharing what we have been able to do for the past 10 years. And I am going to be doing this not alone, but with two of my team members, Patricia Costa and Donna Vincent. So if you can join me here, please. So when we started this program in 2013, this is an idea that was started by Megan Fitler-Carey, one of our former director of after-school program, and Dr. Lorenzo Garcia, our assistant superintendent of inclusion. When I was hired to do this job The first thing that I told Dr. Garcia, I said, I don't think I can do this because I'm already, growing something, which is my own baby, that I started a nonprofit organization, and I said, I'm working on that, so I just wanted to grow that. And it was just like, you can grow that by doing this. You don't want to regret this, so just go ahead. So I took the advice, and here we are 10 years later. When we started, we had 203 students for that year. So 10 years later, I am proud to report that we have over 8,000 people that attended our programs in 500 classes during these 10 years. And all of those people who attended the classes are not only adults, or they are not only immigrants learning English, but they are kids who are 1 year old who comes to our childcare activities, 7-year-olds that are attending our computer classes, teachers, city employees, healthcare providers, everyone else who needs to learn a skill or a language. We offer English classes, we offer HiSet classes, citizenship classes, computer classes. We offer all of those classes, and this is not benefiting only parents, because it started for the parents of Revere Public Schools, but now it's not only the parents of Revere Public Schools, but everyone else is benefiting from this program. So this is something that is really needed in this city, and I'm really grateful for the Office of the Superintendent for the support, the school committee for giving their approval to have this program, but also the former mayor of Dan Riso and also the former mayor, Brian Arrigo, for supporting us with the funding that we needed to be able to run these programs. So I'm just gonna stop here and just give it to Donna and Patricia to also share some of our accomplishments.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Fatou, for the opportunity for me to talk about the program. I joined the program as a teacher in 2017. Soon after, I moved to Boston. So I relate somehow to the experience of most of my students. And for me, it's an honor to be here and be able to speak and see some of my students, former students, current students, and my colleagues. Based on what Fatou has already explained, we have here some numbers to illustrate how the program developed over the years. If you can see here, 2013, when the program started, I myself was still living in Brazil. I was not even here in Boston. But in 2013, we started with 3 classes. 3 years later, in 2016, you can see how the program had already grown. And 2022, from the 3 classes that we started with, we had 48 classes. And this year, we are finishing this school year with 41 classes of English as a second language. So it shows an exponential growth of the program over the years. Equally, if we compare, if you contrast the number of students enrolled per year, you can also see how it grew from 2013 to now. So we have here the bars for 2013, around a little bit over 200 students. Then 2016, 560, around something like that. 2019, over 700 students. Last year, we reached 800, and now we are back to 700, which is still a very meaningful growth over the years, right? My experience has been amazing teaching in the program. I can witness how the students have the chance to have some social interaction sometimes here in moments like this. Many times this is the only opportunity for the students to interact with peers who share the same experience, who have just settled in a new country, who need to learn the language. I basically teach the entry levels, intro, level 1, and level 2. So it means that my experience with the students consists of teaching them the alphabet, the numbers, and it's so rewarding to see how impactful it is for their lives, how it helps them interpret, for example, a bill, read a receipt from a store, understand the terms of a lease agreement. So it all helps them a lot, and it makes me feel very rewarded. I'm going to give the microphone now to Donna to talk a little bit about the computer classes.
To see Revere Community School growing so much. I was especially excited to see when they decided to add computer classes for adult students and for families. Revere Community School became a Tech Goes Home partner in 2019, and by the end of 2021, we had offered 25 courses and graduated more than 300 learners of all ages, many of whom are English language learners. I've been teaching our online computer classes on Zoom, and it's been so much fun and so gratifying to see so many adults and families obtaining, new Chromebooks. The 15-hour courses cover critical topics such as using the Google Chrome browser and Google search engine, meeting via Zoom, sending and receiving emails, navigating school websites, using Google Drive for work and school, accessing community and health resources, using online job search resources, and taking care of digital devices. I love creating a Google Classroom for each class so I can give them access to all of the resources that we talk about in class and also customize it for the interests of the groups. So the families with the young children have some different interests than the adults who are interested more perhaps in job hunt and things like that. After successful completion of the 15-hour courses, participants receive a Chromebook, a headset, a mouse, and a hotspot or free internet service for 1 year. So it's a really wonderful opportunity for them. Last year, in 2022, we offered 21 classes to 179 learners, and we gave out 162 computers. So far this year, since January 2023, we have offered 15 classes for 146 participants, and we've given out 107 computers and 62 hotspots. It's a wonderful program for adults and for children ages 7 and up. Sometimes I hear from the participants after they've picked up their Chromebooks and they're so excited. One of our youngest learners from a January class that he took with his mom, his name is Jad, I don't know if he's here tonight, but he emailed me this week to say thank you for all I learned. And that was so good to hear. It's really so wonderful that we can help families in this way.
So this is 10 years. 10 years is just a beginning for us. We plan to do more, and we plan to increase our ESOL classes and the computer classes. So one good news is that we just received a grant of $210,000 for 2 years to offer computer classes to 600 people. So the need is there. We just have to get the resources, and I hope that our state lawmakers that are here today will think about us when they are making decisions and budget decisions about, where your money goes. So, because then we can serve more people here. Thank you. Before I pass on to Fadiala, I just wanted to actually give a shout out and thanks to our custodians. I have been a pain for them, but they have been the best, and I cannot thank them enough. Without them, this program would not have been here today. And also, I would like to thank the director of Park and Rec Department, Michael. I'm not sure if he's here with his staff. They host us for 4 years, and they have been amazing, and we are really grateful for that. Thank you.
Hi. Next, we would like to welcome Susan Lopez.
Welcome, everyone. I wanted to begin, before I introduce two former students, I wanted to share with you a wonderful poem that I feel exemplifies and applauds all the people that come into the program in search of a better life from all over the world. I did not write this poem, so I cannot take credit for it, but I hope you enjoy it. It's called The Mountain. If the mountain seems too big today, then climb a hill instead. If the morning brings you sadness, it's okay to stay in bed. If the day ahead weighs heavy and your plans feel like a curse, there's no shame in rearranging. Don't make yourself feel worse. If a shower stings like needles and a bath feels like you'll drown, if you haven't washed your hair for days, don't throw away your crown. A day is not a lifetime. A rest is not defeat. Don't think of it as failure, just a quiet, kind retreat. It's okay to take a moment from the anxious, fractured mind. The world will not stop turning while you get realigned. The mountain will still be there when you want to try again. You can climb it in your own time. Just love yourself till then. Oh, okay.
Voy a proceder a leer el poema que ella quiere dedicar a los estudiantes del día de hoy en español. Se llama La montaña. Si la montaña parece demasiado grande hoy, luego sube una colina en su lugar. Si la mañana te trae tristeza, está bien quedarse en la cama. Si el día por adelante se siente pesado y sus planes se sienten como una maldición, no hay vergüenza en reorganizar, no te hagas sentir peor. Si una ducha pica como agujas y un baño se siente como si te ahogarás, si no te has lavado el cabello durante días, no tires tu corona. Un día no es toda una vida. Un descanso no es derrota. No pienses en ello como un fracaso, solo un retiro tranquilo y amable. Está bien tomar un momento de una mente ansiosa y fracturada. El mundo no dejará de girar mientras te realineas. La montaña seguirá estando ahí. Cuando quieras volver a intentarlo, puedes escalarlo en tu propio tiempo. Solo ámate a ti mismo hasta entonces.
It's my pleasure now to introduce two former students, Gabby Barros and Vitorina Flores.
Hi everyone. My name is Victorina Flores. I am a mother of four and the four girls. I had three of my girls in here. Okay. Yeah. It's okay, Mama. I haven't been living in Revere since 2008. I am one of the first students in the English class at the Revere Community School. I attended the basic English class to level 3. When I started taking class, I was working as a housekeeping, and now I'm the supervisor at the department of housekeeping and laundry. The program has support. Thank you. Thank you. The program has supported me in many ways and changed my children and my life. As a single mother, at that time, with 2 of my girls, the child care provide saved our life. I am grateful for the teacher, for the program, the City of Revere, for having such a program. God bless the coordinator, Fatou, teacher, the City of Revere, the students who haven't participated in the great program. God bless you all. Trust me, this is a very good program for everyone in the community. And who's enjoy it and coming here, please appreciate it. Because the community, is not all the community had school students with child care. And that is a huge help to every mother, okay? God bless you.
It seems like Gabby's not here right now, so we're going to move and introduce our guest speakers. First, we would like to introduce our state senator, Lydia Edwards.
Well, thank you so much. I want to be brief because, one, you have so many guest speakers to talk to you, but also this is obviously not about us as elected officials. This is about all that you have accomplished and the organization that has made sure that generations of Revere residents will not only be educated, know English, but have the skill sets to help be the future of this wonderful city. So I want to say thank you to the Revere Community School first and foremost for all of your work, and congratulations for 10 years. Real quick, just a random poll. ¿Quién habla español? Ok. É que fala português? Ou brasileiros? Ok, bom. Eu falo as duas línguas. I speak both of them. So, and I lived in Germany when I was 16, and I had to learn German, go to school, meet friends, and try to physically get to school and not understand anything. It's like having your eyes closed, your mouth shut, and it's the most scary thing I've ever done in my life. And so, again, I have to thank immigrants for showing us constantly true bravery and courage every day. You really do demonstrate to us the best of our country. You demonstrate the most hopefulness in our country. And it's beautiful to see you consistently coming and showing us how great this country, America, is. It's because of you. So thank yourselves and immigrants. Yeah, immigrant? Who's here? Who's an immigrant? Stand up. Who's an immigrant? Yeah, that's right. That's beautiful. Be proud of yourselves. Be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But before I go, and my friends in the State House who are wonderful colleagues who have really helped me to understand and get to know Revere more. So thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. They work with me in the State House. I have to make a big announcement. I have, and Jess has promoted this. Thank you so much, Jeff as well. But we have procured enough money in a scholarship fund for parents. Okay? I want you to know about this scholarship fund, and I want you to apply for it. It is for, you have to be a parent. Any parents in here? Anybody have children? Anybody? Anybody trying to get further along in their education? Maybe want to go to beauty school. You want to get private lessons in English classes. If you want to go to community college, we have a scholarship fund, and we got an anonymous donor who's given us money to give scholarships to parents. Okay? And I want you to apply for it. Okay? It's very important. The funding can go to the school, the funding can go to support your education and babysitting, it can go to a lot of things. But my mother was a single mother. She raised me and my sister by herself. And I always promised that I would take care of my mom. And while she's been able to take care of herself, if I can't take care of my mom, I'll take care of somebody else's mom. Because that's what you do. So that's what the scholarship is about. Moms and dads, moms and dads, moms and dads can apply for the scholarship, but it's very important you pay it forward. So I'm going to give all of this information to Fatou to make sure that she has the application. You can go through her or any of your school administrators. Again, you have to be a parent. I think that you qualify. You have to be involved in the community, and you need to live in Revere. I think some people qualify. All right? So thank you so much. It took longer than I expected, but I wanted to make sure we got that announcement out. Thank you. I'm Lydia.
Thank you. Next, we would like to welcome State Representative Jessica Giannino and Jeffrey Turco.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Giannino, and I will kick us off and then hand it over to my partner over here in the State House. But let me just say, what a testament it is to this program if we look around this room today and see how beautiful and how diverse our community is. So why don't you guys give yourselves a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you all for being here and for taking the time. And you know, when we talk about programs like this, what makes this such a wonderful program is it really thinks outside the box when you think about traditional learning. There are no age boundaries. There are no physical classroom boundaries. This is a program that truly encompasses the ability and the idea of people to have the option to learn and to better themselves. And I think we learned from the pandemic how important computer literacy is. Our lives depended on it. Your children came home from school and had to use new technology that you may not have been familiar with. So to have a program like this that enables parents to have the tools they need to help their children succeed, that enables children to learn while their parents are working on their own development. And we know for a fact that strong families come from strong parents, strong mothers, right? I had an opposite experience to the senator. I grew up with a single dad, and it was just as important that my dad got his degree. He was the first in my family to go to college, right? And that was so important because that gave me the ability to know I could go to college someday. And what you're doing by enrolling in this program and getting involved and showing your children your work ethic, that you're right there next to them learning and working in yourselves and investing in yourself so that you can take that promotion at work, so that you can do something that you dream of. And when your children see you accomplish your dreams, they know they can accomplish theirs. And that's what makes programs like this so vital to our community and so powerful. And I had remarks, but now I don't even know what I was going to say. But I'm just so grateful to be here today. I'm so grateful that we have this in Revere. And I'm so proud that, you know, not that long ago, I walked through the doors of this high school and got my degree, and your children will too soon. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making that investment in our community. Thank you for making that investment in yourselves. As our senator mentioned, I'm really grateful. I have two amazing partners in the Revere delegation, our state senator Lydia Edwards and state representative Jeff Turco, and I have the pleasure of introducing him next. Thank you.
So thank you very much for the opportunity to say a few words tonight. I want to say two things. One about the program and the people behind it. You know, my wife makes fun of me because I often, when I'm in Boston, I say, you know, look at this in the seaport. This is one man's vision. Decades ago, the seaport in Boston was all parking lots, and Tom Menino had a vision for a city and how he was going to transform it. And I think of a program like this tonight, when you hear the personal stories and you hear the impact that it's had on people and their families and their lives, you think of, you know, a couple of people's visions. You know, former Mayor Rizzo, Fatou, the school department with Dr. Kelly, that invested the resources and the people that have come to Revere to help make Revere and the Commonwealth and the country great. You know, it's because of their vision that we stand here tonight and we get to celebrate the success. But I also want to talk about the success and the dream that is America. You know, I had the pleasure, and some of you might have heard this before, but you know, I took my daughter to Paris this past summer a little one-on-one trip. I wanted her to see someplace in the world besides here so she could get a greater appreciation of what we have here in the United States and how blessed we are to be here. And when we were going back from the hotel to the airport, the cab driver was from Beirut. And so I started asking him, tell me your story. Why'd you come to Paris? And he said, because of the Civil War. Like many people, he fled his country because of turmoil and violence and religious hatred. And so I said, so how long have you been here? Well, I came to Paris because of Lebanon's connection to France, and I've been here for over 20 years. So he said, but I have to tell you that my dream, and I'm still trying to fulfill the dream, is to get to the United States of America. Because it's the only country in the world where you can go from here, and by working hard, you can get up to here, and you can continue to build, and you can continue your own success, not just for you, but for your children and for your children's children. And programs like this make that dream possible. You make that dream possible. You are the American dream. You are what my grandparents were when they came from Sicily, dirt poor with nothing on their back with their shirts, moved to East Boston. They were welcomed in, sometime harassed by their Irish predecessors, just like my Irish grandparents were harassed by their predecessors, the English, in East Boston. And you now have a part of playing that next story for the next group of people that come here to continue to make sure they don't need to go through the trials and tribulations that some of you may have when you came here, and to let them know that this is a great story, that you help make America's fabric better, that you make the dream possible to live for generations to come. It's really in your hands. In this program here tonight, in the 10 years, Fatou, I can't tell you the amazing work that's done to give people an opportunity to speak English and learn life skills makes this whole thing. I'm so proud to be here tonight, and God bless you all. Thank you for what you do, and we're doing it for those little girls that ran up here today, so God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. We want to welcome representatives from the mayor's office.
Hello, everyone. I've been working in the mayor's office for 4 years, and this is my first speaking program, so excited to be here tonight. But first of all, I just want to say thank you to all the speakers, everyone who's spoken tonight, especially the teachers, the volunteers, everyone who's made it here. I know we all have very busy schedules, and it's exciting to celebrate something that's super important in our community. But I also want to talk about, other than all the learning and all the resources that come from a program like this, there really is a sense of community that we all have to acknowledge. I mean, looking around this room today, I think it's hard to see when you're sitting at your table, but standing up here, there's so many different people, from so many different backgrounds who have been here for their whole lives or have just moved here. And I think that that's important to acknowledge. And I just want to thank you for creating this program and bringing a sense of community into the city of Revere. And of course, it's not possible without all the volunteers and the teachers, especially even just administrators at the high school and the custodians, as Fatou says. I am paying for the custodians at City Hall, so I understand. But I do know that there is, a huge thanks, especially to Fatou. I can't even tell you how many times during the pandemic I had residents come up to us and ask for certain programs that are offered here at the Revere Community School. I even actually saved it as a tab on my computer because I just knew that, the next time I just needed to show them the opportunities for them. So I think that it's really important to continue funding programs like this, to continue advocating for things like this to make our community better. And here's to another 10 years and many more of learning and thriving in the city of Revere. And congratulations to the Revere Community School. Thank you.
wonderful performance. Thank you, thank you. And it was led by one of our teachers at RCS, June. Next, we would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Megan Fiedler-Carey.
Hi, thank you. Actually, I get to introduce the keynote speaker in 1 second. I will be brief because I can smell the food and I know we're getting hungry, but I have to echo everyone in applauding 10 years. It went by very fast. I'm not at all surprised to see how much it's grown. I'm not at all surprised to hear Fatou say it's just the beginning. It's so cool to see so many of the teachers that are here have been here for the whole 10 years, and that's all a credit to Fatou, that she's tenacious. She doesn't take no for an answer. She just calls and says, this is what's happening, and look at the results. So back 10 years ago, it was my honor to be able to think through this program and what it would look like with Dr. Garcia, who was the high school principal at the time, who we realized that we needed to keep this building open for some programs that we had for high school students. And we thought, well, how can we be efficient about this? What other things need to happen in the community while we have the building open? And what resulted was the community schools, and we had many partners in the community who suggested Fatou, who was working with Women Encouraging Empowerment at the time, and we said, we'll just bring her over, just like she said. So it's my distinct honor to welcome Dr. Garcia, who, without your vision and need to have the school open, this never would have happened.
Okay. I got a little bit emotional because when I saw, I got a little bit emotional, first of all, because when I saw all the, the students standing here and playing, it reminded me about my time. Okay. I'll try to behave myself. Okay. All right. It reminded me about my time when I came to the U.S. in 1995. And here I am, a well-educated person with 3 bachelor's degrees. And I went to Revere Community College to learn English. And it was basically the same setup. I used to take English class. I was working 3 jobs, pretty much like many of our immigrants population. And at night, I used to go to Revere Community College to learn English. And we used to do activities that I saw your teachers modeling right here. And they brought me some emotions. And actually, I felt quite, very, very emotional about that. So, but the vision of establishing community school, it's something that I always dreamed about. Having a place for adults, for immigrants, that would really give them a space where they could learn a second language. As a person who speaks so many languages, I can only tell you that there are 4 stages of acculturation that takes place when an immigrant comes to this country. The first stage is when they're so happy, it's the honeymoon. You come to the new country, you feel happy about it, you wonder about things, you go to store, you see so things that you never saw in your life, right? And then comes the reality a little bit. When you start, people that take you in their homes, they realize that you got to work, right? You got to get your papers in order. You got to go find a job to support your family and so on and so forth. Life, the standard of living in this country is very expensive. Then comes some questions. So these periods, these phases, sometimes they're called phases in which immigrants, they call it a phase of disorientation. Let's put it that way. You don't know where you are. If you don't have the right structure, the right support, it becomes problematic for you. So many of our immigrant families go through that in this country, in the host country. That's the way they call it. So that's the reason why programs like this are essential for our immigrants. Without a program like this, it's very difficult for them to really navigate, know the system, where the city hall is. The system is very complex in itself. So many immigrants, and I'm going to say it for you, and I'm sure that many of you already know, they don't trust the system for a variety of reasons. And not counting those who, for one reason or the other, they are still in the process of acquiring their citizenship or paperwork, and some of them are undocumented. So you can feel the fear. And that's the reason why we need to create spaces where immigrants feel welcome. They feel accepted. They feel some kind of home. And they feel people that mirror their identity, their stories, their experience, their backgrounds. Those are the types of things we want to do in our public schools. And a system like this, a community school like this is a clear example of that. It shows that when politicians, school leaders, teachers, the community, parents, students, we work together as a community, then we can achieve great things. It takes a village to turn around the community. And it doesn't matter what political affiliations you are part of. It doesn't matter who you are. But when you come together, you realize that the force of this country relies on immigrants for one reason or the other. People who are white, you came from somewhere, right? We all came from somewhere. Some had the lucky, the fortune of coming here earlier than others. But in the end, we all came from somewhere. These are the land of the natives, and we know that. So those who came here before, I think they should really work with those who came after to make sure we show the way, we guide them in the right direction so that they can also achieve the so-called American dream. Because this country is a great country, but it takes a conjugation of efforts to really make it for everyone. Not just for a few, but for others. Just to see these kids here. I mean, the lady that came here, that went to the school, became the manager, supervisor, is a clear testimony of that. It's possible to do everything if we work together. And I'm going to tell you one thing. The story about Fatou is another story. So Fatou came to meet with me in my office. She was the executive director for WE, and we were talking. So I'm talking about the creation of this program, how wonderful it is, and I'm looking for a director, I'm looking for a leader that can really support me in this endeavor. And Fatou sitting there, I say, Fatou, okay, do you want to be a director of this program? She said, Dr. Garcia, what are you talking about? I'm good where I am. I'm not sure if this is the right fit for me. I said, why not? I think you know the community. You're leading a good organization. Let me just go to Dr. Dakin. I think Diane was the assistant superintendent back then. I took the proposal, that idea to Dr. Dakin, and Dr. Dakin said, are you sure about what you're doing? I said, yes, I do know. I firmly believe in the skills and the capacity of this lady. I know she's from Africa. She knows the community. She knows how to deal and interact with immigrant families, and this is the right person to do. So he said, okay. Dr. Dakin came the following day. He said, well, let's hire her. I said, well, let's do it. And we received the full support of the central office right away. And here she is. Creating programs, structures is one thing. But bringing leaders who have the skills, the vision, and the capacity to lead the program is another thing. And Fatou has those qualities. She's a leader. She is somebody that's very humble. She has all the skills and the qualities that really this program needs. And that's what she did. Just looking around, you can clearly see the program and the statistics and the data that they share with us. It clearly shows that this is a successful program. Let's continue to support Fatou. Let's continue to support the community school. Let's continue to support our immigrant families, because that's a diverse of our city. And that's the resource that we need to tap into to make our city great and greater again. So thank you, Fatou, for inviting me. Thank you, Dr. Kelly, Dr. Dakin, that are no longer with us. I think back then it was Mayor Rizzo that was here working with us, supporting the endeavor. And then Mayor Rigo took the torch and continued to support it. And that, it's like, the way I see this program is like seeding the plants grows, and then you got this beautiful flower that we have right now, which is the community school. So that's why I see it. Thank you very much for your support. And Fatou, excellent job. Thank you.
Dr. Garcia, can you come up real quick?
All right, do I have something too? Oh, I guess my important.
So I'm very emotional right now, but I'm not going to say a lot. Dr. Garcia has been someone who, when he was the principal, was very supportive of me and this program and very encouraging. And because of that, I was able to do what I'm doing right now. So because of that, and that's not the only thing. Dr. Garcia is someone who, right now, when you look at this school and the community, he is trying to bring people together from all way of life. People from different countries trying to promote inclusion, equity and diversity in the city and in the school. And because of that, we really appreciate him. And we just wanted to say, thank you. This is nothing, but we just wanted to show you that we appreciate you. And, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're the one who is supposed to get the gift, not me. Thank you.